So, good afternoon. I'm Simon Andati, and today we are going to look at performing system analysis and design as our unit of competency. Then we shall look at understanding approaches to system development. So, allow me to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Can let me just get a response?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So, as I said, we are going to look at understanding approaches to system development. Most of the time, systems, but maybe because we have not looked at that, we have not looked at it, so maybe you are using, maybe you didn't know which approaches to use. So today you are going to clear that up, that you can follow the right approaches. Now you are going to, so for our introduction, we are going to define what system development is. So we can say system development is the process of getting and maintaining information systems. Now, what is the importance of system development? So, system development helps us to choose the right approaches to ensure efficiency, cost effectiveness, and success. Now, we have different approaches to system development. Can someone tell us the approaches to system development? Yes, anyone? Ben? Ben? Yes, Mike Manotti, I can see you have raised your hand up. Yes?
There is the traditional, or there is the waterfall model.
Okay, good. Thank you for that, Mike. Have the traditional approaches. Now, under traditional approaches, you have what you call the waterfall model. Now, the waterfall model, as you can see, it's a linear and structured process. Now, there's an infographic. Wonders, if you can see that infographic, you can. It's an infographic for waterfall model, and it has all the steps that you normally follow when you are designing system while following the waterfall model. So we normally start with the requirement, gathering, and analysis. Anyone to read the next step? Yes?
The model
Have. So thank you for that.
emphasizes val- validation and verification at each stage.
That's good. You have the V model that emphasizes validation and verification at each stage. Now, as you can see, the waterfall model is a linear, it follows a linear structure, while the V model only emphasizes validation and verification at each stage. So while developing the system using the V model, you have to validate. At every stage, you have to validate and verify. Then the next one, you have the iterative and incremental approach. That's our third approach, iterative and incremental approach. Now, under iterative, it's an evolutionary prototyping. Who can tell us what the word prototype means? Prototype, yes, yes, Ben Mugo. That's good, Ben Mugo. A prototype is just a representation of an actual thing. For example, if you are designing a system, You can't design the actual system. You have to design a prototype so that you can maybe you can present it to the users so that you can get their feedback before you can develop the actual system. So in iterative, it's an evolutionary prototyping, continuous improvement of prototypes. So every time you are developing a prototype, you present to the users, you get their feedback, then you come and improve. Then under also iterative, you have the spiral model, which combines iterative development, risk analysis. So with the spiral, it takes in the aspect of risk analysis. Then we have also still under traditional, we have the agile approach. So agile focuses on flexibility, collaboration, and continuous delivery. So common frameworks for agile, you have the Scrum and Kanban. Now we have there's an infographic for agile approach down there. So for agile, we normally start with planning. Then after planning, we build. After we building, we test, we review, and deploy. So under planning, we have to get all the user requirements. Then after getting the requirements, we build. Then we test. After testing, you're going to review. Then you are going to deploy or going to deploy the users. The next one, we have a DevOps approach. DevOps approach integrates development and operation teams. Its focus is on integration and continuous improvement, the CI and the CD. Most of us normally use DevOps approach in our development. So also we have an infographic there. So as you can see with the Dev, it's normally like okay, it is repetitive. As you continue developing, you come back to the original step where you started. Then you have the comparison of approaches. We're going to compare these approaches. As we said that waterfall is structured and linear. So we can also say waterfall is structured but rigid. It normally follows its own steps. As you had seen earlier in the infographic, we start from system requirement. Let me just go back to that emphasis. So for waterfall, we start from requirement gathering and analysis. Then you go to system design, implementation, testing, development, and finally maintenance. So for waterfall, it's rigid. We can't move from step one directly to the last step. You have to follow all these steps. So that's why we normally say it's rigid. Then agile, you can say it is flexible and customer focused. Actually, agile, as you had said, it's very flexible. As you develop your system from the users or the stakeholders, and you continue developing. Every time you get feedback, you develop. Then for DevOps, it accelerates delivery with automation. So from this comparison, as you can see, you can easily identify which approach is more user friendly or is more flexible, the one you can adopt. So maybe let me just get a feedback from you from that comparison. Which model or approach do you think you can use? Anyone? Which approach do you think you can use? Yes, Mike Manotti.
I can use Agile because it gives me chance to ask the user what they want when development is ongoing.
That's good, Mike Manotti. Mike Manotti says can use Agile because it gives him flexibility to ask the users what they require as he continues to develop. Anyone else? Yes, Ben Mugo. Yes. Well, that's good, Ben Mugo. Ben Mugo says, can use DevOps because it will give him a chance to add AI as he continues to develop. So we are going to look at a case study, and this case study is from it's a banking system. Now the problem is a bank needed a new mobile app. Now the problem was, the challenge was, the waterfall model failed due to its rigidity. We say that waterfall model is rigid. You can't jump any step while developing. So in this case study, waterfall model failed due to its rigidity. Now the bank had to adopt an agile model, which led to quicker releases and customer satisfaction. You can get more case studies so that you can get conversant with all those steps. Now, today, we have learned that no single method fits all projects. Also, we have learned that Agile is best for dynamic, evolving projects. Then DevOps enhances delivery, speed, and reliability. I don't know on your end, what have you learned today? Anyone? Yes? Yes, what have you learned today? Good. Thank you, Ben Mugo. Ben Mugo says, can say Agile model is best for those apps that or okay new for the new technology, or those apps that keep on changing. You can use Agile. Okay. So summary. I can say using the right approaches ensures project success. If you choose the right model, you'll ensure there's a success in your project. Then hybrid approaches may be used for maximum efficiency. Is there a question? Anyone with a question? Okay. Silence means you have understood. Now, for your modern approaches to system development, modern approaches to system, we shall discuss that one in our next lesson. So thank you, and have a good evening.